Hiya, I'm your host Terry J. Aman with self-titled Brave and Crazy Never Enough, Yes I Am, Your Little Secret, and Breakdown. This episode of VideoFuzzy the Soundtrack is brought to you by Melissa Etheridge. Hit it!
VideoFuzzy the Soundtrack.
Episode 16, Angels Would Fall. Yep, stumbling along best I'm able to, these last few podcast entries have been involved. We come to, I'd call her a fourth formative entry in my music collection. Along with Benjamin Cole, Brenda Weiler, and the Indigo Girls, Melissa Etheridge was establishing herself early and firmly as a guiding light in my musical tastes. I remember similar features coming on as a music video, drawn to this voice, this look, the red hair, girl with the guitar, this trope rooted deeply and early. I was 18 years old and I was transfixed. A talented singer and songwriter, I loved the hard-driving guitar underpinning darkly poetic lyrics, the late September dogs, like the way I do. Similar features. It was fantastic straight out the gate. Go on and close your eyes, go on, imagine me there. She got similar features and longer hair. If that's what it takes to get you through, go on and close your eyes. It shouldn't bother you. Imagery. Desire is a steel blue knife. Night after night, the scent of passion would linger. You had to have the jewels wrapped around your finger. Your midnight state of mind. The paint still wet in your do-it-by-number dream. Holy, seriously, all of that is one song. Her debut single. Then you get Chrome-Plated Heart. You get Like the Way I Do. That's 3 master-level works on a debut album. I already mentioned the haunting existential dread in late September dogs. One LP. Bring me some water. I want you. Tonight I feel so weak. But all in love is fair. Turn the other cheek, and I feel the slap and the sting of the foul night air. And I know you're only human, and I haven't got talking room. But tonight, while I'm making excuses, some other woman is making love to you. Somebody bring me some water. Can't you see I'm burning alive? Can't you see my baby's got another lover? I don't know how I'm gonna survive. Debut. That was her debut release. The title track for this episode is not even among them. That song came out of her 10 years later. It's, by then, the AIDS crisis. Matthew Shepard, her LP, Yes I Am, a public acknowledgement of truths she hadn't felt okay letting us know about before. George Michael released Freedom 90 in 1990. The Indigo Girls released Shaming of the Sun in 1997. The same year as the Ellen DeGeneres Coming Out episode. Yes I Am came out in 1995. Artists were starting to say some stuff out loud. Elton John was still married to a woman into the 90s almost. People could get disowned, fired. It was getting better, but pop culture wasn't the safest spaces yet. No. Meanwhile, this woman burst onto the scene with powerful vocals, lyrics, a guitar strum, chrome-plated heart. The song announces its presence. You're gonna feel some stuff. It's gonna make you feel it. And Bring Me Some Water. That track, can't you see I'm burning alive? She revisits imagery in her. I haven't added this one, but her Burning Woman release came out last year. She's tremendous.
Title track.
I'll get to the title track of this project with a bit of autobiography. This whole effort is my relationship to the music and artists in my collection, so yeah. 2012, my now husband is planning his move to mine. I'm excited. I mean, this is such a huge move for me relationship-wise. I'm coming to terms with myself, who I am, with the this relationship means, and From Breakdown, released a dozen years and in many ways reality removed at this point. There are two songs, there's a mixtape's worth of music I made for him with dozens of songs. Two songs I recorded music videos for him of me walking around the residential streets of Minot recording an exact lip-synced karaoke track I laid in beneath it, which is not terrible, honestly, but even the karaoke track can mess with pod trackers. I don't want to get dinged for sharing here. There's a clip on VideoFuzzy's Instagram you can get. I'm not posting the whole thing, but you can get a sense of it. It was recorded several digital cameras and many versions of my video editing software ago. It doesn't look like much, but it sounded pretty good. And, well, after sending it to him, he did still join me in North Dakota. So, Angels Would Fall carries imagery from Broadway production Angels in America, and indeed, the track was used in the 2003 HBO adaptation of the stage production, Angels Would Fall, Fallen Angels. The song is fused with religious imagery, which was effectively a rebuke for the mindsets driving the narrative, for instance, of AIDS as divine retribution while people were suffering and dying, division caused by fear and uncertainty. Meanwhile, the song itself struck me dead right where I lived, because I was coming to terms with what would people say, what would they think of me, never occurring to me that maybe some of them might just be happy that I was happy. And while that was the broadest response, it was hardly universal, and it bore out somewhat the fears I was struggling with. The rope that's wrapped around me is cutting through my skin. The doubts that have surrounded me are finding their way in. I keep it close to me like a holy man prays in my desperate hour. It's better that way. The situation was becoming untenable. I was in love. I loved this man. I didn't want to. I had bad experiences online before, but our chats, our conversations, meeting him, visiting him, this beautiful young man, his enthusiasm, his energy, this relationship was so exciting to me. It was also so new. I was breaking away. I'd already left the church, but I was so aware of the struggle theology had on this issue. I knew what my heart was telling me. If I was justifying something, so be it. On some level, I have crept into your temple. I've slept upon your pew. I've dreamed of the divinity inside and out of you. I wanted more truth. I could taste it on my breath. I would give my life just for a little death. Angels never came down, there's no one here. They wanna hang around, but if they knew you at all, then one by one the angels would fall. The uncertain trespass, not knowing where one stands. Your closet, the other's closet. This isn't a good time or a good place. I'll return to this theme. She explores it in a few other songs, but the pressure, the wish for it even to make an honest declaration of love and commitment, and the very real danger it can represent. Don't ask, don't tell was a thing. In the 90s, you could be disowned. People were calling AIDS a judgment from God. Families were estranged. Workplaces not necessarily welcoming. There was still a lot of work to do. Then, the declaration itself, the pain of rejection. I never thought of you that way. Stories are age old. This time I found myself at the crossroads. I'll come by and see you again. And I'll have to be a very good friend. If I whisper, they will know. I'll just turn around and go. You'll never know my sin. In my apartment, in my heart, in chat, in our conversations, I felt as real and in love as I would let myself. It was the longest 2 months of my life, the time from my January visit to him in Missouri and his moving to North Dakota in March. I don't know about my public-facing life at this time. I know I told my folks about Ralph after he visited me in December. I knew that they were disappointed, but this was real. My feelings were real. They were undeniable. I had to put them into words. Christmas Day 2011 was a Sunday, and the way my universe is organized, there was no buying this song on my phone. I had to be in Minot, in my apartment, on my PC. It was a few minutes before midnight when I purchased the karaoke version of Angels Would Fall. It was a little over a month before I recorded the video clips to accompany me, but as you can see, or rather hear from my clip post VideoFuzzy's Instagram, it was a pretty good voice for it. A man in love, if clearly conflicted about it, just going by my facial expressions and song choice, but needing to say something out loud. Melissa Etheridge is not the reason my husband and I are now together, but her combination of vulnerability and resilience was clearly inspirational. I'm glad I found the strength required to bust out of my hidebound, upper-repressed Midwestern trepidation and finally to reach out and say, I am too. Influences. Again, it's tough to organize what follows. I have 63 songs in my Apple Music library by Melissa Etheridge on 6 LPs. They are her astonishing self-titled LP release in 1988, 1989's Brave and Crazy, 1992's Never Enough, her 1993 release Yes I Am, Your Little Secret from 1995, and of course Breakdown from 1999. That of course accounts for 62 songs. I've got 63 items in my Melissa Etheridge playlist because I also have her cover of Refugee by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers from her Greatest Hits release. So there's that. Last artist I did this for last summer, episode 10, Cara Mia, exploring the works of Indigo Girls, which is why it was so exciting to me to see that they were all touring together this past year. There's definitely a story here, though. Would that it were more interesting. Middle of July, my Facebook feed was frantically telling me all about the Yes We Are tour. Melissa Etheridge and the Indigo Girls. Hell yeah, I'd love to see that. Here it says in Washington, July 29th and 30th. Well, I was in D.C. and Chicago in May, I was in Vegas in July, and Washington seems like it'd be irresponsible. Is it streaming anywhere? I kept clicking the Facebook link, and it was so excited to tell me about the Washington date specifically. July 29th and 30th. Marymore in Washington. Run on up and see the Indigo Girls in concert with Melissa Etheridge. No way I was going to be able to get up there. Far too late, it occurred to me that this is a tour. Maybe I could see where else they were playing. Maybe there's something closer. Oh, the Yes We Are tour played in Sandy, Utah on Saturday, July 26th. 2 hours away. We could so easily have gotten there. By the time I looked, all we would have needed was our trusty Jeep and a flux capacitor because the performance was 2 days firmly in our rear view. Well, crap. I knew about this episode. I knew Melissa Etheridge would be a breakout, and hell yeah, I'd like to have attended a live concert. I started reaching out to people who'd gotten out there, posted some really fun stuff, but in reality, it'd be vicarious, which is, well, look, there's like 8 billion people doing stuff all the time. At least some of your experiences are going to have to be vicarious. But it occurred to me that if I couldn't find a streaming opportunity for their concert, I could at least see if anything had been posted somewhere. Oh, tons. There are a million 20-second clips out there sharing bits of vibrant chaos, and official clips thanking us for attending or telling us where they're going to be. And for sure, there were standalone recordings of Melissa Etheridge concerts from 2020 and 2021, from 1992, 2014, and 2018. I really wanted to see something from the Yes We Are tour, but it was unavailable for live streaming anywhere, nor on demand. However, there was a concert available from earlier this year posted to YouTube that looked like it was recorded in January in Florida, Fort Lauderdale War Memorial Auditorium, January 21st, part of a songwriters tour that included Melissa Etheridge, Lisa Loeb, and Maggie Rose. The account that posted the video, Skip Roper Sings, has hundreds of posts and more than 3,000 subscribers. He did not include any performance footage by Lisa Loeb or Maggie Rose, but it looked like he included every moment of Melissa Etheridge's performance. Hardly complaining. She strode out onto the stage with a gracious smile and acknowledged swagger, deep blue-green, almost black metallic guitar glimmering in the stage lights, and shiny, darkly iridescent emerald green leather jacket and what looked to be a studded black woven leather Stetson. She said she likes wearing hats so she doesn't have to fuss much with her hair. As she broke into Ain't It Heavy. Sometimes I know that it's never enough. Survival is fine, but satisfaction is rough. I try with an angel tonight. Feeling kinda loose and feeling kinda mean, and feeling kinda wild since I turned 17. Oh, is it madness? Tell me, where can a woman find any kind of peace? When does the fury and the agony cease? How long have I got to say please? There's a hole in my jeans, I only want it to fade. I've been ripping out seams somebody else made tonight. And the chorus, heavy, ain't it heavy, and the night heavy. Heavy, ain't it heavy, and the night heavy. That got the show off to a good start, or at least her part of it. I don't know if she was the opener or headliner or what. It was clear the audience was there to see her. Apparently, the inaugural concert for this venue, there was a lot of conversation between her and us, I guess, I couldn't be there, but this let me experience it. Lots of back and forth. I recall at least 2 instances of call and response. I have really missed you.
Yes, I have. We're going to sing the songs tonight. Yes, I am. We're going to remember all those things. We're going to remember all those poor choices. Those poor choices make great songs. Yeah.
She rolled into a performance of Angels Would Fall, which was always just going to shine for me. No souvenirs. Damn, if you're looking for a song with some poetry in it, that whole damn thing is a masterclass, line by line. I'd highlighted Burn All the Letters in episode 10 with the Indigo Girls. No souvenirs. A brave, brave soldier, keep it under cover. He fell alone like no other lover. Burn the pictures, break the records, run far away to a northern town. Sell your fear and leave me standing here. With no souvenirs, no shirts, no shoes, no jackets, no blues. Your cars for sale, you forge your mail, you're growing your hair. You don't want to know where I'm calling you from or how come. But if you want me, you can find me. In the night, you know where I'll be. I can't do that with all of her songs, but there are so many that are really outstanding. I think an artist I've highlighted for superior lyrics is Amy Mann. Melissa Etheridge is probably the most talented lyricist I've encountered. She can pack so much imagery, energy, and meaning into the structure imposed by a song. It was truly remarkable. I say I'm just going to have to trace this concert from January, nearly a year ago now, and what a year it's been. But next week, Dance Without Sleeping, I want to come over with a crowd went absolutely nuts. Later I talk about sensuality, but I want to come over part of her 1995 Your Little Secret LP. I heard the raw human need in that song. Sting scary lyrics. I know you're alone. I watched the car leave. Your lover is gone. You know I'm here. I know your friend talked about me. Filled you with fear, some kind of sin. How can you turn, denying the fire? Lover, I burn. Let me in. I want to come over. To hell with the consequence. You told me you loved me. That's all I believe. I want to come over. It's a need I can't explain to see you again. I want to come over. She sang her song of declaration. Yes, I am the body with the power to sanctify, a desire they cannot comprehend. She bade her lover lay down her hunger, her thirst, standing tall in the tempest, ride destiny's train. Am I your passion, your promise, your hand? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. She then played a few relatively new songs she's released, Lucky and Burning Woman, which was her Folsom Prison track. She talked about growing up in Leavenworth, Kansas, a city known primarily for imprisonment, remembering Johnny Cash at that prison tour. She ran the 2024 I'm Not Broken tour, which became a two-part docuseries available on Paramount Plus, focused on prisoners and hope, with the message, where you are at this moment doesn't dictate where you'll be going. I'm Not Broken is a lyric from Burning Woman, which talks about breaking the chains of generational trauma. I'm not broken. I got nothing to fix. Hurt people. I don't want to hurt no more. I am worth it. I might have fucked things up, but I can break the chain. Burning Woman, burn, and I'm not broken. Lover, I burn. And I want to come over, and I'm the only one who'd walk across the fire for you. And I want you, one quenchless night of shaken lust. And fire, burning heat. Part of her passion and artistry draws these connections, these images over and over again, the drama she paints into her music, some of the most exciting. And when she explores these images, conversations she's had in correspondence with inmates while she wrote these lyrics, got into her experience, saw her own loss, and empathy gave their stories, her voice. And I didn't watch the docuseries. It's enough, 6 songs and changes. Enough, I felt, it's cool that this concert footage got posted and stayed up there. All the other concert footage predated those projects, these releases. I was happy to see something recent enough to talk about them. I wanted to highlight something I noticed. She held control on that stage. Melissa Etheridge just demonstrated superlative instincts as a songwriter. She wrote to her range, and as she has aged, her range has stabilized sedimentarily, laying in a solid base layer to her words and musicality. She's so talented. Listening to her life experiences colored lyrics and presentation. Soulful wisdom, it really comes through. Also, she wrote intelligent poetry, which has lost nothing with age. The eyes on a magazine, the voice on the radio, the kiss on the movie screen. This is the story I know. Fathers hold on and they never go. Mothers hold on they never go. Lovers hold on and they never go. Lovers they come and they never go. Dance without sleeping, I dance without fear. Dance with no senses, no message I hear. Dance without sleeping, I dance till I'm numb. Dance till I think I can overcome. But laundry list, no souvenirs sounded defiant before, sounds even more evocative now. No shirts, no shoes, no jackets, no blues. Your car's for sale, you forward your mail, you're growing your hair. You don't want to know where I'm calling you from or how come. Lovers hold on and they never go. Lovers, they come and they never go. And I want to come over. The audience went crazy. Those choices she said, those bad choices she was talking about, life and jobs and kids, and to hell with the consequences. You told me you love me. That's all I need. Acting raw human need. Open your back door. I just need to touch you once more. Audience response line. Baby, why don't you come over? Be my supernova, fall right into me. Everyone sang back. It was awesome. Melissa Etheridge just found herself on the street side another song. Watching You off her self-titled debut is an entire mood, and chasing after a love situation she's explored before in her music. I love how receptive everyone is. Act on it. Do the thing. Eat the peach. Make the move. You may not get another chance. Are we in the street? I call out your name and I shout to the sky, please, come on, let it rain. Let it rain down on me. Let the rain touch my hands. Let the rain set me free. Let it rain down on me. And just inside the distance, I hear late September doves. And so I beg for sleep, the child who walked before she called. Damn my soul that remembers and clutches to this pain. The spirit in your side is me. Some of it is higher energy. Meet me in the back. Don't make me wait too long. Maybe I could change my mind and tell you that it's wrong. The indecision break between songs she allowed is how her superstar popularity through the 90s may have had something to do with, well, I've talked about this before on this podcast. Her fans had to keep buying her records. If you were with her in the 90s, she said you had to buy this album on cassette, and then a year later you had to buy it again on CD, and then you lost that in the breakup, so you had to buy it again. I sold millions of records in the 90s to like a dozen people, she joked. I appreciate it. Heading into her towering performance of Bring Me Some Water, she introduced her band, Eric Curtis on bass, Eric Gardner on drums, and Max Hart on guitar and keyboard. With Melissa Etheridge on like half a dozen different guitars, she switched off between songs. Her performance carried such intensity, casting into longtime forever favorite Come to My Window, playing guitar and harmonica over the bridge. Then she was celebrating the venue and her fans and how much fun she was having. I wanted to share what I'm calling the Etheridge Address, which I got a recording of I could try to share. I don't know if that's okay. It feels like a bootleg of a bootleg I already credited, but she'd been performing a little over an hour when she said, I look forward to seeing you all again, okay?
Be strong, speak true, spread the peace, choose only love in these days. Choose love, it's there, yes it is. Don't you get sad, don't you get down. Everything's gonna be alright.
I hope you remember to be strong, speak truth, spread the peace, choose only love in these days. Choose love. It's hard, isn't it? Yes, it is. Don't you get sad. Don't you get down. Everything's gonna be alright. With this, she launched into a very well-received performance of I'm the Only One, carrying Etheridge and her band into their bows and off the stage. Returning moments later. That could have been the performance or the edit. It's really hard to know for an encore like The Way I Do, which featured a long instrumental break, including a guitar solo for her, and then she joined Eric for a drum duo. Her astonished reaction to how well these instrumental breaks seemed to go was delightful and charming. Very Streisand funny girl. Oh, was that good? Her closing the performance with a celebration of her backup band was delicious. Like I said, this January 2025 concert ran separately from the Yes We Are collaboration, and if I just looked up some information earlier, I could have attended my first Melissa Etheridge concert in person, as well as my third Indigo Girls concert. Yep, from episode 10, I was pretty sure I'd attended 2 Indigo Girls concerts. I have since found that second concert ticket. I was in the audience for their Honor the Earth tour in 1995 and Shaming of the Sun tour in, it looks like 1997, both in Fargo, North Dakota. Honestly, I'm glad to have been able to see it at all. Other available concert footage is from so long ago she hadn't yet composed Burning Woman for the I'm Not Broken tour, highlighting her prison outreach, which I thought was really cool that she did that. For a Google search, at 64 years of age, Etheridge isn't 10 years older than me. Indigo Girls Amy Ray and Emily Saliers are both recent sexagenarians, and Tori Amos is only 7 years older than me, but all have lived lifetimes I obviously will not. And Melissa Etheridge's career, if she'd masked as a straight performer from the 80s onward, would have robbed us of some of her energy, sexuality, and passion. It springs from a singer's truth, and it's always better to hear from a place of authenticity. Breakouts. Speaking of sensuality, I'm just highlight a few themes Melissa Etheridge traces in her work, and one I needed to talk about for sure was this track off Your Little Secret called An Unusual Kiss. Your Little Secret was a follow-on from the Yes I Am in 1993. By this time, terms had been defined. Etheridge wasn't masking behind clever pronouns. She was an out and proud lesbian, and An Unusual Kiss tracks a long and eventful evening. The energy builds perfectly, measured, almost languid at first. It's 1:25 a.m. I think I've seen that look somewhere before. 1:25 a.m. I thought that you were headed for the door. Then something touched my skin. I won't ask you to leave here anymore. Was it the talk or the drink or the dance that led to this? Was I so naive, presuming the innocence? Was 1:54, and it's such an unusual kiss. Vocals and instrumentals ramp up. Oh, come on, come on, come on, over and over, come on, come on, come on, we all wanted this, come on, come on, come on, over and over, it's such an unusual kiss. She speaks forbidden passion, and it's for you. I'm now with my lover, and it's not for another broken heart. It's for you, not just for some shattered dreams I once knew. It's for you. Recognizing the pain she's causing as she's causing it. It's for you. Resist. A demon's day in madness kissed. I swear I never had it like this. Forbidden, yet I cannot resist. I honestly believe you have to be looking for temptation so often to be led there, and indeed, as you pointed out, poor choices make great songs. Don't you need just track that one down? She is angry about other people and their self-control. Somebody bring me some water, and like the way I do, from the perspective of the woman scorned, she absolutely brings some hellacious fury. I could quote the whole damn song, but is it so hard to satisfy your senses? Found out to love me, you had to climb some fences. And tell me, does she love you like the way I love you? Does she stimulate you, attract, captivate you? Tell me, does she miss you, exist just to kiss you like the way I do? Apart from relationship drama, if she felt like her platform gave her an obligation to talk about LGBTQ plus issues, she absolutely stepped up. After Matthew Shepard's murder in 1998, her Scarecrow track off 1999's Breakdown commemorated Shepard and addressed and explored vulnerabilities faced by our community, and contributed to a larger conversation about how division and lack of communication left kids struggling with identity, feeling isolated, in need of resources. Scarecrow is a horrific image on purpose, again, Again, this master poet spotlights and prosecutes societal ill underlying this not at all abstract incident, and then manages to find empathy for the people responsible. This is someone's child, with pain unreconciled, filled up with father's hate, mother's neglect. I can forgive, but I will not forget. This is the same album that gave us Angels Would Fall, and that tracks. She's got such a solidly developed point of view at this point. It makes perfect sense Al Gore's people would reach out to her regarding an inconvenient truth, reaching out to the marginalized, a burning woman. The I'm Not Broken tour, highlighting conditions for America's prison population, makes sense. Personal pain is translated into compassion, outreach, which, yeah, along with the joyous energy I witnessed on that stage, she is a serious person who's focused on big picture items. And even if that's just helping people find the strength to get through January 21st, 2025, we knew America was going to be going through some stuff. Even just helping people find their joy and tend to their peace. I felt she said it really well.
Until I see you again, I hope you remember to be strong, speak true, spread the peace, choose only love in these days, choose love.
As for future concerts, she's still touring. This is easily one of the hardest working musicians out there. She pours a lot of herself into these performances, and the joy, the energy exchange is evident. Just gotta keep my eyes open. I'm sure she'll be through again. Heavy.
Every night, it's so heavy now.
Now, I'll close this segment with a tension I noticed between the song I chose to sing to Ralph early in our dating life and the song I felt answered it. 60-plus songs in my collection, many of them explore and highlight many realities in gay lives and relationships, and if my tentative peeking around the closet door in 1999's Angels Would Fall was an issue, it had already been discussed in 1995's Your Little Secret. Again, I could quote this entire song. Etheridge had outed herself into the spotlight with 1993's Yes I Am, so the 1995 follow-up addressed Secrets directly. I know what you're thinking, baby. I used to be just like you. You move when she's not looking, baby. One sugar ain't enough for you. Shock, pain, the unwillingness to accept a role as a side piece. Before your cover's blown, you better take it home. I like the way you look, I know you like me, but 1 and 1 and 1, baby, makes 3. Stop playing those eyes if you want me to keep your little secrets. All the fire of a new convert. Melissa Etheridge isn't hiding. No one should be hiding. Tell it softly to me, baby. I ain't never meant no one no harm. Your wonderland's a mirror, baby. It's swiftly fading like your charm. If you're gonna be with me, you gotta be with me. I could, I won't, I can't, I don't, and I will not lie, I will not lie. Honesty is important, and if someone's leaving a relationship for you, it's good to be honest and make a clean break. It's certainly easier to know where one stands. Introduced as just a friend, in like the way I do, hell, have to be a very good friend. If I whisper, they will know. I'll just turn around and go. They will never know my sin. I will not lie when these closeted vacillations will not work. If this is real, these feelings we have are real, do something about it. Cut ties and cut loose. I like the way you look, I know you like me, but 1 and 1 and 1, baby, makes 3. Stop playing those eyes if you want me to keep your little secret. venting her frustration in a primal scream. Ow! Is definitely, as Miss Vita Boheme would put it, a say-something kind of song. The tension between the two positions, one empathetic, one indignant. No moderator to claim which stance is the correct one, which, without knowing the situations, just the spaces we find each other, what we have to lose, and what we're willing to put up with. And speaking just for myself, I'm very glad I found the courage when I needed it. Sparks. Quick aside on one isolated single I've got in my collection, Melissa Etheridge's cover of Refugee by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers off her Greatest Hits LP. I don't feel like I need to go into a lot of detail about it. It's a song we're all it's pretty obvious why it would have made the cut. I feel like she's absolutely made this track her own while being extraordinarily faithful to the original, up to and including the Sam Kinnisonian scream in the outro. Honey, it don't make no difference to me, baby. You believe what you wanna believe. I said you don't have to live like a refugee. Don't have to live like a refugee. I said you don't have to live like a refugee. Don't have to live like a refugee. Ow, ow, ow. Just wow. And with that, time to get this one in the feed here. Thank you all so much for checking in on me as I poke around in my music collection. As always, anything that might have reminded anyone of singing in this or any VideoFuzzy production, let me assure you that it wasn't. Any low-bar karaoke attempts you may have encountered in this tiny little indie project would only have been included as sketch reference or illustrative purposes as part of fair use review, and certainly weren't meant to infringe on anyone's licensing, copyright, or distribution agreements. Go forth, buy songs, support the artists you love. Meanwhile, please add, follow, and subscribe to VideoFuzzy the Soundtrack wherever you get your podcasts, and with any questions, comments, or artist suggestions, please contact me through my show notes or by email to tjahman1970@yahoo.com. For VideoFuzzy the Soundtrack, I'm Terry J. Aman. Happy listening.